next several minutes, you're going to be viewing a promotional piece which tells the story of the world's greatest skyscraper, located in New York City at 34th and 5th Avenue. This is the story of the Empire State Building. Chicago, San Francisco, London, Paris, Beijing, Singapore, Tokyo, and the ever-changing Dubai all boast beautiful skylines. There was an enormous amount of wealth in the latter part of the 19th century in New York City. The balls, the clubs, the Fifth Avenue mansions, but these all gave way to the new game in town, building beautiful skyscrapers. For decades, the tallest building in the United States was Trinity Church at the foot of Wall Street. But in 1890, it all changed when Joseph Pulitzer built his New York World building, the height of 309 feet, as the tallest office building in the world. This was quickly followed by a succession of other buildings, including Frank Woolworth, who built the famed Woolworth building, a total of 792 feet, and it still stands today. The tallest buildings in the world changed when H. Craig Severance teamed up with George Ordstrom and the Starrett brothers, William and Paul, to build 40 Wall Street, soaring 927 feet into the air. Little did they know that this man, William Van Allen, teaming up with the famed auto magnate Walter P. Chrysler, were planning a building at 42nd and Lexington Avenue. Van Allen and Severance had been one-time partners and now bitter enemies. They had a lot more at stake in these buildings. Hidden inside the Chrysler building was a spire which carried the ultimate height of this building to the tallest structure ever built in history. John Jacob Raskin, along with four-time Governor Al Smith, hired the architectural firm of Shreve, Lamb and Harmon and put their vision in motion.
The officers and directors of Empire State Incorporated are on the roof of the old Waldorf Astoria Hotel, about to begin demolition of that ancient and historic structure.
Their timing could not have been worse. The Roaring 20s were all about fun and frivolity. But in 1929, it all came to an end. They weren't deterred in the least. They charged ahead with their plans, bringing steel ingots in from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, converting it into steel. The steel was still warm to the touch as it rose at a rate of 1 floor a day. Revolutionary construction methods were employed in this huge building. The architects called for long metal strips to run the entire length of the building. Panels of rough-hewn Indiana limestone were placed between them. Together, these elements formed a frame, allowing the windows to be put in without scaffolding, saving hundreds of thousands of hours of labor. Raskeb wisely employed Louis B. Hine to document the construction of his new building. Hine, one of the great social photographers of his time, captured many moving images which to this day show the dignity of work in the construction of this building. May 1st, 1931.
Governor, we are on the top of the 86th floor of the Empire State Building, the highest point in the world today that can be reached from a building designed, fashioned, built by the brains, the brawn, the ingenuity, and the muscle of mankind.
The Empire State Building has been a movie star in its own right, starting in 1939 with King Kong, Superman, Sleepless in Seattle,
How about the top of the Empire State Building?
Oh, yes, that's perfect. It's the nearest thing to heaven we have in New York.
and an affair to remember. The lights of New York change nightly, and each night brings a new message. We're going to tell you the story of the night lights on the Empire State Building. Over 300 million people have come to the top of the Empire State Building to get a bird's eye view. Arriving at a rate of 10,000 a day, people from every nation in the world have visited the observation deck. Come join us for 70 minutes as we tell the story of this great building. The building which rose out of the ashes of the Great Depression to host hundreds of millions of people. Let us celebrate the world's greatest skyscraper, the Empire State Building.